Hello, hello. How are you? Come on in. If you're watching the replay, thank you. Glad you're here. So glad you're here. Tonight, we're going to talk about ways to get back into alignment, to stay in alignment so you can feel good while you're going through life. We're also going to try a new kind of meditation where we sit for a bit, we tune in for a bit, and then we get up and we dance, move some energy through your body. It's so important to not let things get stagnant, right? We talk about that a lot. I've certainly been feeling kind of stagnant lately the last 2 months. I've picked up some bad habits, so we're going to talk about that. I'm going to help you, as well as myself, start to repattern, rewire some of those habitual habits. Okay, as always, tuning in here, begin to close your eyes, sitting up nice and straight if you can. If that's in your practice today, if not, no worries. Come as you are. Big inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. Beginning to place your hand on your heart. Maybe this is the first time you've connected with yourself all day. Maybe it's the first time you've felt your breath in a while. Connecting to your breath, to yourself now. Begin to send some love to yourself. We're going to do some deep work today. Big inhale. Exhale, let it out. Nice. Coming into this moment. We'll start with our lesson. And I want you to think about how good life feels when you're in flow. You know, when you're in flow, things just happen. Things just come easy. It's like a magnet. You know, like maybe you call in something. You're like, today I'm hoping for such and such. And it just happens. And you're like, what? Wow. How do you feel when that happens? And rather, how are you feeling before that thing happens? You're probably feeling pretty good. Your energy is probably up. Your vibration is up. You're just in flow. You're in flow with life. Raise your hand if you know what that feels like. I know you do. But maybe it's been a while since you've felt that good, or you felt that magnetization of that energy, that pull, that goodness. Maybe it's been a bit. I can relate. I can certainly relate. And now I want you to think about how life feels when you don't feel good, when you are walking around like a zombie with low energy. Maybe you're cranky, angry, bitter, exhausted. How do you feel? You can always feel free to share how you're feeling right now. How you're feeling right now, how you've been feeling. I know it's all up and down, right? That's kind of like life is a ride, like a little roller coaster. Sometimes we're up, we're feeling really good, and then we're low. But I want you to, have that distinction in your mind about how good it feels when you are in alignment with your life, when you are being your highest, best, most authentic self, when you're being true to you. And then when you're out of alignment and things just feel off and you feel overwhelmed and stressed and out of it, checked out, probably check out a lot when you feel like that. So, what are some things that you can do? What do you need to shift? What do you need to let go of? in this moment, what do you need to shift and what do you need to let go of? What's been making you feel like you're barely here, like you're dragging your feet? What are some of the habitual things that you've been doing? Some of the habits that you just keep doing, even though you're like, I don't want to do this. Those things that don't allow you to fully thrive and come into your highest self. I want you to grab a piece of paper and a pen, or you can type. Begin to write down those things that make you feel heavy, those things that zap your energy, that zap the light from your soul. So for me, I've gotten in the habit of scrolling too much, getting on my phone in the morning instead of going for a walk early in the morning. You know, once my dad passed away, I have gotten addicted more to electronics, to TV. I'm not, what's the word? Sorry. I'm not proud of it at all. It's totally out of alignment for who I am, completely 100% out of alignment. But remember, awareness is key. Awareness is the first step, because when we're aware and we begin to get tired of doing those things, we notice, we're like, hey, I want to make a change. That's when change can happen, because you have to be aware. You have to be awake to it. So writing down for you, what are those things? Maybe you just keep eating junk food even though you feel sick, or maybe your body's sick and you keep putting those old things in your body. Maybe you've been turning to alcohol, drugs, shopping, overconsumption when you want to numb out, because that brings you a hit of dopamine for a bit. Writing those down, and then when you think your list is complete, circle 2 that have been kind of moving through your heart, that you know you really want to make a change. So not judging yourself, not being hard on yourself. We never want to be hard on ourselves or beat ourselves up. Just acknowledging where are you at and what are the 2 that are the most important for you right now in this moment to begin to change. Okay, so when you've made your list and you've circled 2, can you also maybe write a game plan? Like, how can you begin to make this change? So for me, like I said, I've been getting on my phone in the morning. I don't want to. I'm just like, and I know it's not what I do. It's not in the practices that I've been creating over the last few years. So maybe because I don't need my phone for an alarm clock, I can keep my phone in another room. Maybe that would be helpful. And I've been trying to watch movies at night, like after dinner, sometimes during dinner. My goodness, my life just feels like it's derailed. So what we came up with in our family is, hey, 1 movie a week, or my husband and I, you know, we work so hard not to bring electronics into the bedroom. And again, the last 2 months have just been anything goes. We've been kind of falling into bed at the end of the day, exhausted, pulling out our computer and watching a show. So we decided, okay, 1 day a week. We're only going to allow ourselves 1 day a week that we watch a movie together. And that's good for us for right now. Maybe eventually we'll get back to no tech in the bedroom or in bed, but that's what we're doing for now. Okay, so just writing out, what can you swap? What would you like to do? Maybe if it's you keep getting fast food for dinner, how about 1 day a week you prep your dinner, you shop, you plan your meals, or maybe not every day. Maybe you still can eat out 3 days a week while you start to wean. You know how to do it. I know you do. It's just becoming aware. And once you become aware and you start making those shifts, you're going to be back in alignment and you're going to start feeling good, start feeling more alive, start feeling more vibrant. And that is what we're all about here at Connected and Well. I want to help you awaken to your life, and I'm right here doing the work with you. Anything you want to share? Okay, so the next thing I want to talk to you about, if you heard my 100th podcast episode that just came out, super excited about that. I love bringing messages to you, lessons to you, and I'm excited that I hit the 100th mark. I'm proud of that. So, what is something that you're proud of? Just acknowledging something that you've been proud of yourself for lately. Maybe you finally did something that you said you wanted to do. Maybe you tried something new. Maybe you ended a bad relationship that needed to end. Pat yourself on the back. Ooh, giving yourself some praise. And in that episode, I talked about being bold and being brave every single day. I talk about, hey, we don't know when our life will end. Like, this isn't rocket science. We all know this, but it's even more apparent with the death of my dad. And death does that, I think. It moves it more into your awareness of how short life really is. And if life is really short, how do you want to live it? Do you want to live it being all shy and timid and not going for the thing? Or do you just want to shed all of that and go for it? Even if it's scary, even if it feels so big. We're going to get into some of that during our meditation. So where in your life can you be a little more brave, braver, bolder? And sneak peek into my next podcast, I'm going to be talking about what I learned from the kids at the summer camp that I just taught. Ooh, kids are incredible. They're amazing. They're creative, but they also like to test boundaries. They like to, I call it like they live right on the edge. They're always going up to the edge to see what they can get away with. You know, one day it was muddy. I let them jump on the couch. I know. I let them jump on the couch for a few minutes because they asked, and they were so cute, like little puppies. And I said, sure, but only for 5 minutes. So we've set a 5-minute timer, and then we moved on to our next activity. Well, of course, the next day they were like, can we jump on the couch? Can we jump on the couch? And I'm like, no, that was special for yesterday. We better not. And throughout the day, when they would leave the classroom, we had story time on the couch. You know, there they go, trying to stand up a little bit, looking at me. And they were like, can we jump? Can we jump? I'm like, no. I walked away to, grab something for someone or help someone go to the bathroom or whatever. And there they were, jumping on the couch. I didn't really mind, but it's like they're right there trying to always test, trying to live on the edge. So I want to ask you, when is the last time that you pushed the boundaries for your own life? When is the last time that you lived right on the edge? You got to the edge and you pushed through. You pushed through the barriers. You pushed the wall down. You opened the gate. And if you haven't done it in a while, I would like to encourage you to look at what walls have you put up? Where are you putting the brakes on your life, on your dreams, on those habits that you want to create? Where have you been stopping yourself? And where can you move to the edge and beyond? All right, just a little bit of inspiration, motivation for you, something to think about, something to work on this month. Let's get ready to move into a meditation. So, getting your space ready. If you have a candle, if you have any sage or Palo Santo or incense that you want to burn, take a minute to go grab it. If you need to go to the bathroom, grab a drink of water, just a minute or two here. Grab your things. Find a nice, clear space if you can. It's okay if you have some clutter or clothes laying around, but sometimes when we do energetic work, it's nice to have a nice, clear, open space. We're not only going to be sitting the whole time, we're also going to stand and move and dance and get some stuff out so we can feel more like a magnet. We can feel more in flow. We can feel more alive and vibrant and awake and here for our life. I don't know about you, but I am ready for that to happen. So we'll cut it out for a minute or two and come back here in just a second.